So our valedictorian for the class of 2025 is Emma Pope. Yay! So that's Emma.
Congratulations,
Well, thank you.
And you have some
Congratulations, Emma.
Yep.
flowers.
And Daly is the salutatorian.
Daly Hillman is the salutatorian.
Congratulations, Daly.
And there you go. And
Y'all
we're
are
gonna
absolutely
start
amazing.
You just found out. So what did you think when they made the announcement?
I was very excited. I'm very grateful. It feels good to have hard work pay off. We both took very hard classes in high school, and we suffered a lot together. So it's really nice to see that we suffered not in vain.
Now, what did you think? I mean, you knew you would be one or the other. I mean,
Oh, I'm elated. Circumstance, has made things difficult this past year, but I'm so grateful to be where I am today that I was able to still push through.
but it came down to, I mean, we're recording this on the 22nd. I mean, it came down to the wire. They had to do all the calculations. So you guys were like neck and neck.
We're probably like mere points away.
Please pardon the interruption for a very brief and congratulatory announcement. Our valedictorian for the class of 2025 is Miss Emma Pope, and our salutatorian for the class of 2025 is Miss Daly Hilbert. Both students are currently on campus right now. If you don't mind, just give a big woo! Congratulations to the Violent Cloud, Emma Pope and Daly Hilbert. Great job.
Right. So why was this important to you, to be one of the top students at Georgetown High?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd say that we have really amazing teachers. We have really amazing admin, and all the staff at Georgetown's really uplifting, and they've challenged me a lot in my classes, and to have something to show for all those nights that maybe I cried myself to sleep over a test.
Now, when did you kind of know that I think I'm going to do this? It's going to happen.
Oh gosh, I honestly don't know. I think senior year, senioritis was obviously something I struggled with, and it was really hard for me to really lock in my focus on school, but I had to remind myself of the end goal to push through. I don't know.
And you did. So what's going to happen next after you graduate? What happens? Where do you go to college? What you going to major in?
I'm attending the College of Charleston, majoring in political science with a minor in business administration with an end goal of law school and then an attorney in local government.
Wow. Okay. And has that always been something you liked? What got you interested in the law?
Oh goodness. So I always thought I wanted to be in medicine, but then I realized science and math were not for me. And since I was little, I was a very bossy child, and everyone said she should be a lawyer because I love to argue. So I think realizing how much I loved English with help from Miss Gordon and my amazing social studies teachers really pushed me to pursue law.
Well, that is good. So if you see your life 10 years from now, if it goes exactly like you wanted it to be, what will your life be like 10 years from now?
I'll be graduated law school, hopefully. Living in Charleston, pursuing dreams of local government, giving back to a community that I have fallen in love with and hope to stay in for a long time. I don't know, I want to be surrounded by my friends and spend a lot of time with my family.
What are you going to miss most about Georgetown High?
The community. Georgetown High has a bad reputation, but if you're really in it, you realize how much the people truly are a family. We've all grown up together since we were very, very little. And there is a big community of school spirit when you work for it.
Mm-hmm. Over the years, who are some of the teachers who have helped you become who you are today?
In middle school, my chorus teacher, Miss Meyer, she really changed my life. In high school, Mr. Sweeney, Miss Gordon, Dr. Cox, some amazing teachers I've had. Miss Petersey, the only person who could ever make me understand math. I'm really grateful for those teachers who inspired me to continue loving learning.
Now, as far as things besides academics, what some other things you did, in school, sports or?
Oh goodness. I played tennis for 5 years. I was on varsity my last 2 years. I was on High Steppers all of high school, National Honor Society, academic team all 4 years, student council. This year I was student council president. What else? I'm really big in church. I have had a job since 7th grade, which has not always been easy to balance.
And what do you do?
Right now I work at Get Carried Away in Georgetown. Great business. Small businesses
Oh yeah.
that give back to the community are my favorite. I love working for that because you see people you know and you like build relationships with your customers. I loved working. I like feeling responsible to have things going on, whatnot. So
Yeah. And one question I always ask is if there's a child or a kid, whatever, in like maybe middle school, starting high school, who says, "Man, I'd love to be Val or Sal, when I graduate," what would your advice to them be?
don't be scared to take hard classes. They might not always be easy, obviously, and you might really struggle. You might make some bad grades on tests, but in the end, they're going to be the ones you learn most in, and they're going to push you academically, and that's what's important. We don't want to. Daly and I both really emphasized pushing ourselves with AP classes and such, so we didn't get to these spots without some
I
struggle.
think we pushed each other. It was like, are you doing this class? Yeah, all right, I guess I'm not.
Well, let me ask you about that first of all. I mean, you went to Georgetown Middle School. What was it like being the daughter of the principal for those years?
He stayed out of my academic. I mean, aside from pushing me in like private, keep taking hard classes, keep pushing yourself further than you think you can go. He really stayed out of my middle school career, I guess is how you'd say it. I didn't think much of it. I mean, being able to just go to his office after school instead of having to go home or like worry about that kind of stuff was nice.
Was this always your goal to be at the top of your class?
It was always my parents' goal, and then it became my goal when I realized how important it was to me. We were both only children, but being an only child, I was their gold ticket to making sure that their legacy lived on. All the hard work they've put in their lives pays off somehow.
And now you mentioned it's something you wanted, but did you always think you were going to get it? You mentioned something at the beginning. You said it's been a hard year.
It has.
I mean, was there things that made it seem like this might not happen?
Well, I had a child, so that definitely puts a roadblock in the way a little bit, but through the help of Miss Finley a lot, she really got me where I needed to be this year, despite the challenges that rose. She always made sure I was where I needed to be in the best classes for me so that I could maintain my spot.
Did that add an extra challenge, trying to be a mom and a student?
And an employee and a active member in my community and a daughter and everything else. Yeah, it's definitely a struggle. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it, but as the year, especially after I had my son, things kind of started falling into place. I was like, all right, I can make a routine. I can still keep going. This isn't the end of the road.
But you face one of the biggest challenges probably that can be faced for a high schooler. So what would your advice be to somebody who would like to be Val or Sal and they're facing any kind of challenge?
Keep your head up. Don't worry about what people are going to say or how they're going to look at you, because no matter what challenges you're facing or where you are in your life, people are going to have something to say. But you know who you are best. You know your true character. You know your goals. You know what challenges you're facing more than anybody else. Sorry, I'm not crying. I just ran out of breath. So yeah, keep your head up. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Laugh it off.
So what's next for you after graduation?
I'm attending Coastal Carolina in the fall, majoring in nursing. I want to be a nurse anesthetist.
Your speech, you want to give any clue what you're going to be talking about?
I got very metaphorical,
okay,
as I do best.
Oh, teachers over the years that's influenced you and helped you be who you are today.
I didn't even have Miss Gordon as a teacher, and yet she still had an influence on my high school career. So if that says anything, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Dr. William Roscoe Cox, definitely.
Oh yes.
Full name. Mr. Sweeney. I was a big part of ROTC all 4 years of high school. Or I was a big part. I spent a lot of time in ROTC in my 4 years of high school. So Commander Kaiser and Master Gunnery Sergeant Blackstone, both, especially after I found out that I was pregnant, they really pushed me. Miss Finley, as I said, she made sure that I was on the right path no matter what.
Dr. Gates.
Dr. Gates.
Oh goodness.
Dr. Gates, the only AP test I ever got a 5 on, and he didn't make it to see it, but he's seeing it. He knows.
Yeah.
So, even in middle school, I think. NHS. That's not a teacher, that's a group. NHS.
Run
yeah.
by Miss Gordon.
Yeah.
So, and because I forgot the extracurricular things you did.
I was a part of ROTC all 4 years. I was the secretary for NHS. I was on the Benel Youth Board as a co-chair. I'm missing stuff. I didn't do any sports. I'm not athletic. Not in the slightest. Wow, did I do anything else? Student council. I was on student council.
You had jobs.
Oh yeah,
worked
you said you
jobs.
were. Where you were? You mentioned you were.
El Cerro Grande of Georgetown
Okay.
for like 2 years now.